What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kaiser here, and I'm just here to make a little guide for Luna. As I mean, there's been a bunch of people who made guides on Luna, but I've seen when I'm not playing Luna and I see other Lunas play that they're really not doing, the most optimal song route. And today I'm not gonna be really doing a comprehensive guide on Luna, as it's really already been done. But I'm gonna just do a quick, overview of how you should play Luna and the optimal way of doing her 3 songs, which is red, blue, and purple in that order. But before we get into the guide, I just want to ask, how you guys doing? You guys doing good? I hope so. And if you enjoy my content, or if it was helpful, it would be much appreciated if you were to subscribe to the channel, as it helps me a lot. And if you end up not liking my content later on, you can always unsubscribe. It's free. And yeah, into the actual guidance. So I'm just gonna really do a quick overview of her abilities and the build that I usually use. I haven't reset her yet, but the main things you want to focus on for your stats is efficiency, which skill cost, duration for your songs, and really just cooldown and duration. Mainly because you also do want range, but since I have not reset her yet, I don't have the space to put on range mods. That's on me. Now, her first ability is, her signature weapon, which is, a pistol. And, as you can see, you have the little rhythm game. I'll get on to that a little bit later. For the second ability, which is probably the second most important one, is Exciting Act, which basically increases everyone's skill power, specifically their skill power, because that's really good. And the other thing is, this is probably the one buff you want to enhance the most. I'll get into enhancing it to make it easier. The second one, which is the third ability, which is Relaxing Act, basically just increases the amount of MP most, and it on the enhanced, it decreases the resource cost, which it's pretty fine. It's good on bunnies, Kyles, like stuff like that. Now, the most important buff, the one that you really do not want to mess up, really, is Cheerful Act. Mainly because this is the easiest way to basically enhance exciting and relaxed acts. What this does is, when you use it, it gives you the inspiration gauge that's on the shoot. Cheerful sound basically just decreases cooldowns. Everyone loves decreased cooldowns, and mainly on people like Ultimate Lepic, Ultimate Viessa, the big damage Descendants. The main thing you want to focus on is the inspiration gauge increase. Every time you hit a successful note while in Cheerful Act, it gives you a point in your inspiration gauge. At 10 inspiration, which is max, it gives you an enhanced. The main one you probably want to really be using, depending on, unless you don't have that many big damage Descendants like Ultimate Lepic, bunnies, if they're built right, Viessa's Glaze, is Exciting Act, because it increases the skill crit damage and hit rate, which is huge on people like Ultimate Lepic if they're running Firearm Master. Now, this is, and then her passive, which is just the increased damage whenever you hit all your notes. Inspiration is, basically just tells you, hey, you have a timer. If you miss it, you lose all your stacks, and if you miss a note, you lose stacks. It also goes to the same thing for pitch perfect, which is just skill power modifier. It's pretty solid, and it also, if you're playing her well enough, you'll have infinite ammo for stage presence. Because every time you use an act, it gives you 10 bullets in the magazine. Now, let's just get into, the basic rotation. I'm going to, do it how I normally do it. And then I'm going to explain what I did, right? So you press your Q. Normally, you want to start with either C, exciting act, or relaxing it. Normally at the start of an interception. Now, the most important thing here is cheerful act and shooting on the beat. As you can see, at 10 stacks, you can press one of your other abilities, and it gives the enhanced version. Usually, you want to use cheerful act on cooldown. So, as you can see, if I go over here and restart, don't worry about that. You basically, anytime you see cheerful act come off a cooldown, you want to use it and shoot whatever the boss or enemy you are fighting, because it gives you inspiration. At max inspiration, you usually want to use cheer or exciting act to get the enhanced version of it, because it is strong. I'd say out of the 3 support descendants we have, Enzo, Yunjin, and Luna. Luna is probably the strongest out of those 3. Enzo, I'd say like Enzo and a Luna together, really strong. If you're doing bosses like Gluttony, Devour, really anything. The main thing you want to do when you want to do your song rotation is when you join into a public group or you're in a group of friends, look at the descendants you have in your lobby. If you see, like like a Bunny, a Freyna, a Lepic, you more or less want to do red buff, which is exciting. Normally what I do is, right, at the start of the intercept, I will say, hey, I'll say something like enhance red buff and a little purple. And then I always tell them, hey, make sure to pick up my buffs to do major damage. Yeah, that's really what you want to do. Now, while you're waiting for your cheerful act to come off a cooldown, you want to be doing damage in exciting act, because it increases the damage of your weapon, right? So, cheerful act, and you just want to get your pitch perfect as high as you can, which it stacks at 50 or 25. As you can see, like I missed a couple shots. The thing is about this rhythm game, it is really, and I mean really, easy to both mess it up and get it right. Because as you can see, anytime those notes pass the crosshair, it pops up. The thing is, anytime you shoot, no matter where it is, you'll get it. As you can see, it wasn't even in the middle of the crosshair. You get it. You'll proc the pitch perfect stack, no matter what, right? And anytime you miss, it'll give you an audible sound cue, and it decreases mana. So basically, anytime you're playing Luna, it doesn't matter where it is, as long as it's in the range of the crosshair and you hit the note. Even if the very bottom of the note is within the crosshair, you can still get it, right? So, you know, as long as it's in the crosshair, you get it no matter what. Now, if you're getting low on ammo, you can always just, you know, play a song and you get more ammo. The main thing you want to do anytime you are in purple, a cheerful act, you always want to maximize the amount you hit an enemy. Same thing whenever you're in red or blue. Mainly red because it gives you it basically just gives you more damage on your gun. And I think that's the easiest way I can explain Luna and the correct buffing order. So just a small recap on the buffing order. At the start, make sure you look at the descendants that are in your lobby. If you see more will value red buff, which most descendants do, you do that. If you have like an Enzo, a Yunjin, and let's say like an ultimate Lepic, just make sure when the ultimate Lepic is in like overkill to have him with either the enhanced or the normal version of the red buff. And then for like the Enzos and the Yunjins, you wanna, you know, make sure they have, you know, yes, both red buff, but mainly the blue buff because they get more, they basically get more mana. So the basic order is you start with Q.
Are you ready?
At the start of an intercept, do the, you know, check if it's mostly red. Start out with red. Wait for the boss, and then immediately go into purple, and then get to max inspiration, and then immediately go into red, because it's probably the best buff out of all of them when enhanced. As you can see, it's really just, you know, shoot on the beat. If you fail, you just fail and you lose ammo, or you use mana and you just don't get the buff. The same thing for shooting on the beat applies to using the buff. As long as it's in the crosshair, no matter what, you'll get the buff off like that or like that. And that's basically all Luna. And that's really it. If you enjoyed the video, like I said at the start, please subscribe. It's free. Takes like 1 second. And if you don't like my content later down the line, you can always unsubscribe. And with that, it's been your boy Kaiser. Make sure, you know, you could be the best Lunas that you can be. And overall, make sure you can be the best person you can be. And with that, I'm out.